Hey, Smoky Point, how are you doing? Happy Wednesday on this beautiful, beautiful week. Hopefully, you're having a good day so far. This is my midweek message. Midweek message number, I don't even know what number it is. It's like number 82 or something. I don't know, at least it feels like that. It's been a while since we've been doing these, and I just want to keep you updated on what's going on in the life of the church and just to give some words of encouragement as we continue to walk through this very crazy season in our lives. Hopefully, the beautiful weather outside is kind of lightening the mood, and you're able to kind of get out and have some fun and enjoy a little bit. In fact, this next week I'm heading off on vacation to head over to Idaho, and I'm looking forward to just having some time to just hang out and just enjoy creation. So, hey, just one thing that I want to highlight for you, and that is coming up in just a couple of weeks, we're going to be doing another outdoor service over in the field. So please sign up online to be a part of that. The last time we were together was so much fun. It was weird, I know. We were wearing masks, and all of those things were limited to 100 people in a service. We had to sign up and all that stuff and be socially distanced. But here's the thing: for those of you who went, it was a beautiful time just to hear one another's voices, to see each other, at least to see each other's eyes, through the mask, and just to enjoy being together and worshiping together. So we're going to be doing that again in just a couple of weeks on August 2nd. That's Sunday. We're going to be doing 3 outdoor services once again in the field. And so I want to invite you, please go online and sign up for that, be a part of that. Come and just enjoy. Yeah, we have to do masks, and we have to kind of limit our number to 100 people, but it's worth it. It's really a great time to be together and to worship. So please sign up and be a part of that. And then we're continuing to just evaluate and look at what is that going to look like for the month of August. We found out yesterday from the governor that this kind of phase 2 is going to continue through the end of July, but our hope and our plan is that in August we can return to some new normal for a little while here. And so please just stay in contact and watch these midweek messages, and we'll give you updates on what's going on. But I look forward to doing that. Please go. You can go right now, and you can sign up and be a part of one of those services as we celebrate together. And then 2 weeks after that, we're going to be doing another one of our bonfire worship nights as well on a Friday night. I think it's the 14th of August. And so I'm looking forward to just doing some things with you this summer, and hopefully soon be back together meeting in some format. So I'm looking forward to that. That's really all the announcement kind of stuff I have for you today. But I did want to just share really a word of encouragement for you. And that's also an encouragement for me. I'm in school, as you probably know, taking my master's program right now, and school's continuing throughout the summer. And it's interesting to me because I started reading a book just last night, a book that was no doubt picked out, a course that was picked out long before COVID ever happened. And yet I've just discovered this particular book that I opened up last night that's already, I'm 3 chapters in, and it's already beginning to sort of rock my world, spiritually speaking. It's a great book and speaks to things that are so current for our lives today, even though, it was not written in the context of these current times, nor was this class chosen in the context of these current times. The book is called Mending the Divides. If you want to get it and check it out, I think that's well worth the read. The byline is Creative Love in a Conflicted World. And as I just opened this up and started reading, the start of this book just really begins to talk about creation and how we're created to be at peace with God and at peace with one another, and how that has been broken, and how Jesus' mission was really to come and to restore peace with God and peace with one another. And it's just a beautiful picture, the way it's written and communicated. And I just want to read a little passage out of this. Like I said, I just started this book literally last night, but it's already beginning to have it kind of work its way into my heart. And I just want to share with you just a paragraph out of this that really follows. He's beginning to paint the picture of creation and how we were created, how Adam and Eve were put in this garden, and it was this perfect environment where there was complete peace with one another, there was complete peace with God, and then sin entered the equation, And with it came this breaking of relationship with God, this breaking of relationship between now husband and wife, and how ever since then we have been in this turmoil and conflict. And I just want to read to you this passage that follows right after really sin entered in the garden. And he writes this: "The couple, once fully known and cherished by the other, now chose isolation. Where nakedness had been a celebration of their belovedness by God and each other, fig leaf garments now covered their shame. Where their words had once been of each other's beauty and virtue, now they used their voices to accuse and blame. Where once they passionately contributed to one another's flourishing, now they sought their own best interest at the other's expense. Where once they had shared a beautiful equality, now hierarchy emerged and power was wielded to subjugate. Where once the presence of God was exhilarating, now they were terrified by the nearness of the Creator. Shalom was still God, and God was still very near, but peace on earth was no more." Wow, that's a powerful image and words of what happened when shalom, the biblical word for peace, was broken. And he goes on to paint the picture of how Jesus came to restore peace with God and to restore peace with one another. And so I just share that with you today because I know, at least in my own life, in these days, there has been the reality of conflict, of human and even the sense of the divine conflict with God, and my wrestlings even with Him have sort of emerged even more out of this time of isolation and all that's going on in our world. And it was just encouraging to be reminded of what Jesus came to do. And so I want to say that as a word of encouragement to you, that if you're feeling just increased levels of conflict in your own heart, or you're seeing your family, or even within the life of brothers and sisters in Christ, or as you just look around this world and you see increased conflict, I just want to remind you of the hope of the gospel, the hope that we hold to as followers of Jesus, and that is that Jesus went to the cross so that He might pay the penalty for our sin and thereby make way for us to be at peace, to have shalom, peace with God, and through that peace to experience the joy, the passion, the hope of peace with one another. And not only that, but Jesus called His church, those who discover peace with God, to now be the living representatives of peace in this world, so that the watching world might see people like you and I engaging with one another in such a way that they would see what the peace of Christ is really all about, that they would see that the peace that Christ offers is real. And I pray for that in your life. I pray for that in your relationships as we walk through this time. I know that sometimes we sort of make peace a very, very personal. And I do pray for peace internally for you, that you'd have a sense of peace in your heart with God. But I also pray this, that you would have a growing hunger and desire to live out that peace that you have with God, with one another. That you'd have this growing desire to seek peace with friends and family and your church, and even to seek peace in this world so that the world might see that the peace of Jesus is real and it's living in our lives. And so I pray that for you. I pray that for me. I pray that we would not forget the peacemaking mission that Jesus came on when He came into this world for us, and that we might share that gospel truth of His peace with the people around us. So I pray for that this week in your life, that you might experience the peace of Christ, and that you might have a renewed passion to live it out, to pursue it with other people. Hey, church, I look forward to worshiping with you this weekend, and I pray God's blessing over you. I also pray God's peace to cover your hearts and your lives, your relationship with God, and your relationships with one another. God bless you. Have a great week.